What's up guys, this is your boy the average gamer 98 here, back with another video for Injustice 2 Mobile. And one of my subscribers actually requested to create a video which talks about top 15 artifacts. So I thought, okay, let's do it in a different way. Let's do top 10 support artifacts first, and this is the video that we are going to look into. And before we begin this video, the support artifacts are not going to be the ones which are specifically, meant for dealing damage. Like, they're never used as a support artifact. Like, for example, the Beta Club, then you have the Batarangs. They're just, purposefully built only for damage. So those artifacts are not going to be there in this list. So let's get started right now. And I have the, the official DC artifacts listed here. And we are going to, scroll and look at the artifacts and specifically look at why they are there in the position and why I feel they should be there in the specific rank that I am mentioning. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion. You may agree to disagree. Feel free to let me know down in the comments what you think is, the best one, or a different opinion if you have as well. So let's get started here. Let's begin with the first one. And the first one is actually from Rise of Krypton. So at number 10, basically, we have this artifact known as the Kryptonite Spear. So the Kryptonite Spear, is usable. So before beginning, this explanation, let me give you a brief also that this is irrespective of the amount of attack bonus that they're gonna give in, solo raids. This is specifically like how they are usable once they are paired up with other artifacts as well in solo raids, and how they're usable in league raids as well. So keep in mind with that. Now let's look into Kryptonite Spear here. So Kryptonite Spear is a pretty good artifact given the fact that it can bypass the shield, which is its major advantage, and given you have shield bosses in Dawn of Apocalypse and on ice solo raids, and I believe they're gonna include it in new solo raids as well. There will be bosses which will have shield, and there the Kryptonite artifact, the Kryptonite Spear, is gonna be an awesome artifact to have, and it's gonna be a great support character. Yeah, it's gonna be a great support artifact. And it also, like I mentioned, it basically bypasses shield. It also has an advantage that you can heal back, that as you can see here, upon special usage, heal for 0.85% for every combo meter hit. So basically you can heal your entire character with Kryptonite Spear. You need possibly 200 hits, and you can actually do that also with combo interruptions, and you can actually heal back the full character. So moving on to the next one, we have at number 9, it's Dawn of Apocalypse artifact known as Mega Rod. And let's see what Mega Rod does. It actually has a chance to ignore power steal or power drain. If power steal or power drain are ignored, transfer 80% of the power to reserves for your team and drain opponent for same amount of power. This is an incredible artifact, to be honest. It's very underrated, and in phase 3 of league raids and even in other solo raids, like for example fighting boss Ninja Lord Joker in Dawn of Apocalypse, this is gonna be a great advantageous artifact, because you will not be power drained and you can do more specials. So definitely a great support artifact is what I believe. The other part is 155% special attack damage for 5 seconds after successfully blocking an opponent's special ability. That is not going to be that helpful, but still this is a pretty good artifact is what I would say. Now let's jump into the next one, and this is actually a joint next one, and that is having the first one. Let's look at the first one in Rise of Krypton, and this is similar to what Mega Rod does, but it's a bit different. And this is Metallo's power source. So it has 100% chance to resist stuns and dodges, gaining 3 power bars when resist happens, which is a great thing because you can safely go into the hazard, and as a result you could actually end up gaining power when you're in the hazard. So you can literally just stay in the hazard and do some damage. And I actually have this artifact, and I would love to level it up and see how it performs in solo raids. It would be interesting to see how this particular artifact performs, but I feel this is definitely at number 8. And also another one is at number 8, and this is similar, again in the similar lines. It is called the Robotic Spider. 80% chance to remove opponent's hazard by stepping on it. 5 seconds cooldown for second check if it's in hazard or not. So, and it also has health regeneration. So this is a very interesting and good artifact, I would say, as a support artifact, coming in at number 8, joined with the Metallo's power source. Yeah, because it can remove the hazard permanently. So your phase 3 hazards are going to get disappeared. then you, in other cases, you will get, the power drain hazard. Any hazard basically, it's gonna disappear permanently, which is a great thing. And also you can heal back, so it's giving bonuses as well. And this is definitely a very good support artifact, coming in at number 8, joined with the power source, Metallo's power source. Let's move on to the next one, and this is again a Dawn of Apocalypse artifact, and this is the Entropy Aegis. The Entropy Aegis, it neglects hazard and dot incoming damage, has had secondary effects, and also you won't take a lot of damage. This is a very good artifact to have, because it caps the amount of damage that you're taking from the opponent, and that is definitely a great thing, guys. And it's one of the crucial artifacts in Dawn of Apocalypse. Grants the highest attack bonus as well, but like I said before, this is not considering all the attack bonuses. It's just support character as a whole. It can be used in other solo raids as well. So coming in at number 7, we have the Entropy Aegis. Now let's move on to the next one, and this is coming in at number 6, which is the God Killer artifact. And this is again a very great artifact, because it has chance to steal attack from an opponent for 20% seconds with the basic hits, stacks up to 3 times, and even if it's not level 10, it's gonna take place, because you're gonna land up fast attacks with your damage dealer, solo damage dealer, and you can, in turn gain quite a bit of attack, as well as it gives this important thing, that is, it prevents the boss or the AI from using any block, and that gives an advantage of doing an infinite combo with the God Killer artifact with every character. And that's an awesome thing, I believe. So it's definitely a great support artifact, and it grants the highest attack stat as well, which makes it pretty usable in other solo raids, the the last contract solo raid as well. Moving on to the next one, we have another Apocalypse artifact. So they are pretty good, and we have the Father Box. So the Father Box does a couple of things. It does, when below 30% health, heals back health, which is pretty good stuff. But the fact that it replaces the rush attack with a teleportation attack, which does additional damage, as well as helps characters to do infinite combo. There are a lot of characters which will be able to do the infinite combo with Father Box. Like one of the unique ones are, even classic Superman can do a infinite combo. Like if you didn't know, just know about it. I can test it out. The Father Box grants this advantage, like you can test out different stuff, and definitely a worthy artifact, pretty good in arena. And for support as well, it doesn't provide a direct support, but you can have it on the damage dealer itself, by the way, and in turn increase the damage if you are having other artifacts on your support characters. So in a way, this is like a mixed feeling, but it can be used for support mainly to do an infinite combo. So that's why this is at Father Box. And you guys might say, hey, this is completely a damage dealing one. This is again kind of my opinion, so feel free to agree to disagree. So let's move on to the next one, and this is an Chaos artifact. And you guessed it right, guys, we have the Sword of Sin. Sword of Sin is an amazing artifact, and coming in at number 4, we have the Sword of Sin. This grants burn, which reduces the defense, as well as power drains for bosses or characters which are not immune to power drain, which gives you an advantage that you're not going to be hit by any special abilities of the opponents, which makes this a very, very strong artifact to have. The Sword of Sin is at number 4, definitely a required artifact is what I would say as well. Moving on to the next one, kind of controversial in a way, at number 3, we have the Nora Snow Globe. So the Nora Snow Globe is definitely a very OP artifact, I would say, at this point of time. At this point of time, it may change though with new updates. And it grants the clones, and currently the clones can do even more special ability damage, which makes it very, very interesting. Because with Deathstroke, with King of Atlantis Aquaman, you're gonna land up more special attacks, and that's gonna be awesome, guys. And Nora Snow Globe also grants advantage to Laszlo of the Joker team, and it's kind of tricky to play. I've messed it up quite a lot of times, but definitely a worthy artifact coming in at number 3 as a support artifact. Let's look at the next one. Again, this might be a bit of, you might say like, hey, you're exaggerating here. It's not a support one. It's, an attacking one. Yeah, it is the Sword of Salvation, because apparently the Sword of Salvation can work both ways. If you have it on the combo builder, then you can, steal power bars, and with the steel power bars, whenever power bar is less, you're gonna do additional damage. That is this stolen power bars, not steel. The stolen power bars, you are gonna do additional damage. And the thing is, the Sword of Salvation, because it steals the power bars, it not power drains. It is gonna work on most of the bosses, even in league raids. It's gonna work even in solo raids. It's gonna work because most of the bosses are power drain immune. They're not power steal immune. So you can actually end up using the Sword of Salvation and returning a lot of power and doing more frequent sp3s and doing basically more damage. So it's a definitely a great support artifact. It is again kind of hybrid as well. It can act as a damage dealing artifact as well. So moving on to the final one, and the final one I believe is the Dark Metal Cards artifact. At rank 1 we have the Dark Metal Cards artifact because this is a great support artifact, and it also grants the highest stats of attack in the Dark Knight solo raids. But given the fact that it guarantees critical hit, it changes the complexion of the game altogether, guys, because it guarantees the critical hit. For those of you guys who are not aware, against bosses who are critical hit immune, like we have boss Goylegrod in the On Ice solo raid, then we have Suicide Squad Harley Quinn in the Dawn of Apocalypse solo raid. It's essential that you get a chance to do crits, and at level 10 it's 100% guaranteed, guys. It's 100% guaranteed. And also the fact that it's gonna give additional critical attack damage just changes the complexion altogether. And at the end of the day, this gives critical attack damage exceeding the cap. Is just awesome, guys. So I feel Dark Metal Cards, it's at par with a lot of damage dealing artifacts as well. You can equip it on the damage dealing character with some support artifacts on the support characters as well. So it can, again, it's a hybrid one, but predominantly I feel it's a support one as well, and it gives a huge support. So feel free to agree to disagree, I say, because it's again my opinion at the end of the day. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoy this content. Feel free to hit the like button. It doesn't cost anything, guys. And the subscribe button as well. This is your boy, the Average Gamer 98 over here, signing off. You guys take care, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.